arguably the most successful pop musician of all time, with at least 300 million record sales as part of the Beatles and a further 67 million in his own right. Sir Paul McCartney might seem to have nothing left to prove, but it has emerged he's actually quite sensitive about how he's portrayed. Thomas Brodie Sangster, who played the Beatle legend and director Sam Taylor Johnson's John Lennon biopic Nowhere Boy, told Music Magazine that NME that Sir Paul had complained about his casting. The one comment I did get was that he didn't like the fact that Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played John, was taller than me, because he said that wasn't the case. Nowhere Boy, based on a book by John Lennon's half-sister Julia Baird, depicted the early evolution of the Beatles from Lennon's perspective. In her first film as director, Sam Taylor Johnson cast 5'11" Aaron Taylor Johnson, who she would later marry, in the lead role. Brodie Sangster is only about an inch shorter, but it was enough to rankle with Sir Paul, who at 5'11" was roughly the same height as his former songwriting partner. Sir Paul may well be even more displeased at the casting for the 4 upcoming Beatles films planned by Bond director Sir Sam Mendes, coming in 2028. Each film is set to focus on one of the Fab Four. Barry Keoghan will play easygoing drummer Sir Ringo Starr, while Joseph Quinn is set to portray quiet, introspective baby of the band George Harrison. Gladiator's second star Paul Mescal is listed as being roughly the same height as Sir Paul, but rounding out the cast as John Lennon is Harris Dickinson, who stands a shade over 6'2". The 4 films are set for simultaneous release in April 2028, in what Sony Studios boss Tom Rothman is calling the first bingeable theatrical experience. Mendes has already secured the all-important sign-off from the band's company Apple Corps, but it remains to be seen how the band's hugely influential bassist will feel about seeing his old friend and rival towering over him in the studio. Industry Bible Variety is already calling the 4 interconnected films one of the biggest bets in movie history, with filming alone expected to take an entire year. Mendes, whose credits include Bond epics Skyfall and Spectre, says that a streaming miniseries wouldn't be the right fit for his story of the greatest band in history, but that it's also too huge to fit into a single movie. Instead, he's taking a leaf out of Marvel's book and building an interlocking series of films centering on each member of the band, following them from their humble beginnings in post-war Liverpool to the grimy clubs of Hamburg and onto the global stage as undeniably the most influential pop band of all time. He told an audience of cinema bosses last week, "We need big cinematic events to get people out of the house.